So, Battlefield Hardline got leaked and EA confirmed it was legitimate. I was actually quite surprised when I learned that the next Battlefield game was based around cops and robbers, even though it makes no fucking sense. I thought it sounded cool and that the potential was pretty large, especially in actually creating a good campaign, which Battlefield hasn't really had for about 3 fucking years. Unfortunately, my smile turned to a frown when I saw that it was coming out this year, alluding that Battlefield is to become an annualized franchise. DICE has proven time and time again that they cannot release a game in a solid state for launch because EA are always cracking the whip on them. And if they're pumping this shit out yearly, who knows how bad it could get. I know Battlefield's one of EA's biggest franchises, and I know that Call of Duty does it as well, but this game genuinely concerns me since I'm fairly confident it's gonna release unfinished. Let me state straight away that there is nothing inherently wrong with the annual releases cycle. As long as a company can justify to people that their game is worth purchasing yearly, go ahead. However, there are some developers that I don't think are capable of releasing games annually, and DICE is one of those developers. The reason why Call of Duty slides with me is because even though they aren't really good games, there's a guarantee that they will be content rich and will actually fucking work at launch. That, and you've got multiple developers making these games instead of just one. Every single DICE game, on the other hand, is a buggy fucking mess at launch, with Battlefield 4 being the worst example of this. DICE is a big studio, but they're working on so much shit right now that I don't think they can manage this without pumping out a non-functioning piece of shit. They're making Mirror's Edge 2, which I would prefer to be center stage than Battlefield. They're probably making Battlefield 5 right now. If this game was being developed while Battlefield 4 was in the works, we know they're doing Battlefront, and they're working on this fucking thing as well as all the bullshit DLC EA's forcing them to make, and they still have to fix Battlefield 4. That game just doesn't work properly, and it makes me so angry. The fucking rubber banding, the net code, getting kicked from servers. Before you start making DICE develop new games, let them finish the ones that are already out. Fuck's sake, one company can only do so much. With that out of the way, let's discuss the premise of this game, because it makes no sense, at least to me. I'm not going to debate the concept, because it's a cool concept. I'm a big fan of Payday, and this looks like it's essentially a multiplayer version of it. I see a lot of people saying it's a ripoff, but it's not. This is not a ripoff in the same way that the War Z was a ripoff. If you say it is, all I can say is you're stupid. All work is derivative, that's not what concerns me. I don't know about you guys, but Battlefield implies war and warfare. The war on crime is not actual warfare in the same way that two armies battling is warfare. I know the game features the core Battlefield gameplay, but that's not the point. And I don't want to hear shit like, what, you don't like innovation? I like innovation where it makes sense in a particular series. This doesn't make sense. It seems as though EA just slapped the Battlefield name on this game just to move copies. This is fucking Assassin's Creed 4 all over again. I didn't want a game about pirates, I wanted a game about assassins, so what the fuck are boats doing in it? And let's get real for a second. EA is in sore need of a new franchise. Not as much as fucking Activision, who only have 2 franchises being Call of Duty and Skylanders, but don't let those guys lead by example. EA has milked sport games to shit. BioWare has essentially become their bitch, making Mass Effect 4, even though it was meant to be a trilogy, and now Battlefield is getting annualized. Why not just make a new IP about cops and robbers? Maybe it doesn't even need to spawn a franchise, and can just be a standalone game. Why can't you do that, EA? Doesn't impress your shareholders enough? Am I really asking for too much when I say give DICE the time they fucking need to produce quality games? DICE are a very competent developer, but they aren't Jesus on steroids. And you don't need a brain to know this shit is probably gonna be buggy as fuck at launch. I'd rather wait for a game and have it work at launch instead of sitting around with my thumb up my ass praying the game will work only to cause my computer to crash and make me wonder why I even gave these scummy fucks my money. EA, from the bottom of my heart, stop being fucking assholes.